Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a ham loaf. It's really nice to have a ham loaf in the fridge because what I do is I have it for my meal like tonight, and then later there'll be some left. And my husband, I won't be here or something, my husband will want something to eat, so he'll go grab a slice of it and make a sandwich. Now I ground my meat up together already. See, you can have this done at the butcher when you get your meat if you want to. I had some ham, so I didn't do that. I just did it with my KitchenAid. So anyway, but very easy thing to make. I'm sure you probably made them. Maybe this will be a different recipe that you can use. And all you do is, I took a pound of ham and I ground that up with a pound of sausage. And then you use a half a cup of milk and a cup of breadcrumbs. Okay, I'm starting off with a spoon, but guarantee you I'm not going to be using it. I just use my hands. My hands are clean. And then I'm going to need some salt and pepper. And I've got my oven preheating at 350. So my ham, I felt, was a little bit salty, so I'm not going to add a whole lot of salt to that right now because it was, like I said, a little bit salty, and so I'm not going to do that. So now I'm just going to bring all this together, and that's just about all there is to the ham loaf. Sausage and ham and some milk and salt and pepper and some breadcrumbs. It's like a meatloaf, only it's a ham loaf. Boy, I am ready for summer. Oh, I'm telling you, this weather just, I don't like it. And I know there are so many people that do. They love skiing, and I know, see them on TV out there, these places skiing, and I'm like, oh. But I guess when I was younger, I liked all that too. Okay, now I've got my oven preheating at 350, and this is going to bake for 1 hour. And I'm going to check it because I am going to be making a sauce that you pour over it. And put this in a dish and bake it. Oh, it smells good. Form a ham loaf out, make a loaf out of it. My pan wants to wobble. I think my island top has warped a little bit. My husband's made it for me and I like it real well. I don't think I could cook without it, but I think he's going to have to take the top off and sand it some because it's warped right there. Okay, that looks nice. Now we're going to put this in the oven and let it bake. And meantime, I'm going to got everything ready to make the sauce that goes over the top of it. I wash my hands. You know, my mom used to make these. Dad liked to take it in his lunch. My dad was a carpenter, and sometimes he came home for work, and sometimes it was easier to take his lunch with him, depending on where he had to work at. And sometimes he would just take a couple sandwiches and his coffee and go like that. Okay, we're gonna set this in the oven, and I'll probably check it a couple times, and then I will be back, and then we'll make the sauce to go over it, and we'll go from there. I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and it's been about 45 minutes. Now I dusted my meatloaf, yeah, my ham loaf, with a little bit of flour. I forgot to do that. I am putting a cup of water and a cup of vinegar in my pan. And then I am putting 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And I'm making a glaze to go over the ham loaf. And then a tablespoon of mustard seed in the topping. This will just make a nice glaze to go over it. Bring that to a nice boil. And I'm going to put this over the ham loaf. And once I put this over the ham loaf, we're going to put it back in the oven for maybe a half hour to an hour. Depends on how done it is. It has been so cold today. I am just ready for summer. I am sure there are other people that are ready also. But I don't know why I'm complaining. We haven't had the freezing ice and everything that people had. We haven't lost our power, and I know there are thousands of people that have. And we haven't done that. And I had forgot to tell you, I had put one egg in my meat and mixed that up in there when I was doing it. But I'll have everything posted down below in the recipe. And I hope everybody will like this recipe. I know I like it real well. I got this from Amish. I think it was from the Amish I got this. I've had it for years and years. Oh my goodness. I know I made it, and my dad said to my mom, make sure you get the recipe for that. He said, that is really good. I used to make different things and take up there to Findlay. That's where my parents lived. And I'd always try to take 2 or 3 different dishes up there when I would go. And that way they would have different things that I would cook for them. I think Dad's favorite was banana pudding. Mom's was the green lime jello salad. That my mother could eat every day, I think. Oh my goodness. I got tired of it just watching her eat it. But my favorite thing I think that I ever ate at my parents' home was my dad would make gravy in the morning. On Sunday mornings, we would always have to come home on Sundays because we had to work on Monday. And Mother would get up and make biscuits and eggs and bacon and sausage or whatever kind of meat she was doing. But Daddy would always make the gravy. He could make the best gravy, and I always loved his gravy, so he always made the gravy for me. Dad would make the gravy and Mom could fry chicken. Oh my goodness. Her fried chicken was so good. I remember one week my husband and I was working, and we had worked so much that week, and it seemed like every night I was so tired. And we had this one restaurant there in town that they had the best chicken. So I'd stop to pick up chicken on the way home from work, and every once in a while I'd get it like 2 nights in a row. And then he said, "What are we having for supper tonight?" I said, "I don't care. I'm so tired. I cannot cook." It was like 9 o'clock at night, and we both worked since like 6 that morning. He said, I'll just run and pick up chicken." Fine with me, because I could eat fried chicken every day, 3 times a day, really. I love it. So he went and got chicken, and we'd had chicken like, I'd say 5 times that week. We went to Mother and Daddy's that Sunday, that weekend, and we got up there, and we didn't get to go for the whole week, spend the night or anything. We just drove up and back Sunday, and Dad said, "Well, sis, guess what?" We were outside hadn't gotten the house, and he said, "I had Mom make your favorite." And on the way up there, Bob said, "At least I won't have to eat chicken today." Because a lot of times Mom would make pork chops, and oh, he loved her pork chops. So on the way up there, he was planning on having pork chops. So Daddy said, "Guess what? Mom made your favorite." And I looked at Bob and thought to myself, uh-oh. He said, "We're having fried chicken." And I said, "Oh, good. I can't wait." Oh, I think he was ready to not have chicken for the next month. But that's okay, because I love chicken. Okay, I'm going to take my ham loaf out of the oven and set it right there. See where some of the juices came out at, and I'm going to scrape that burnt out of there real quick so that it don't get worse when I put this juice on there. Okay, that smells scrumptious. Okay, I'm going to put a few little holes in that. It smells so good. I'll poke some holes in. This reminds me of making rum cakes, because you have to poke holes in them for the rum to go down in there when you put it on them. Okay. And then we're going to put the sauce on there. Oh, that smells so yummy. I'm just gonna pour it on there really slow. Oh, that smells so good on that ham. I'm gonna scoop that around so that I can get some of that underneath it. This will be good with mashed potatoes, some corn and a salad. Be good just to have a slice of it. Okay, now I'm gonna set this back in the oven. I think maybe, I don't think I'm gonna leave it in there another hour. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. I think I'm gonna leave it in there about half an hour. I think that'll be about all I leave it in there. Okay, I will put it in the oven for about a half hour, and then I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and we have our ham loaf out of the oven, and it smells delicious, and I am going to taste it because I'm going to cut it right here because I want, cutting it clear back here. I just want to see what I want you to see what it looks like. Okay, there. Oh, that smells so good. I could just take a slice of bread and have a sandwich. That is delicious. I want you to see how moist that is. It just, and that glaze makes it that much better. I think we're going to have mashed potatoes with that. Now, I hope you'll try this recipe. Very simple to make. I mean, I made it. It has to be simple. It is really, really good. I need to swallow and quit talking with my mouth full. My mother would say, Vera, quit it. Okay, that is absolutely delicious. It has, oh my goodness, it has the best smell and tastes delicious. You know, you could just slice that like that and make sandwiches. You could have mashed potatoes with it. Try it. I guarantee you, you'll like it. To me, that looks kind of small, but there's only 2 of us. And so if you have 5 or 6 in your family and you want to have it bigger, just double the recipe. But try it, you'll like it. I appreciate y'all joining me today for this, and we'll be bringing you some more great recipes real soon, and I'll have everything posted down below, but you don't need very many items for this one, so I really hope you'll try it, and I thank you bunches for listening to my mouth today. I really thank you for watching this today, and I'm so glad to be back with you. I really miss being off and not being with you when I was off with my accident, and I appreciate all your prayers and everything, so I'll see you real soon. Thank you bunches.